Hello again, welcome to my channel. If you're here for the first time, happy to see you. If you're not, good to have you back. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make the pattern for a very simple midi length skirt with a little flare bottom. Now, I initially saw this picture on Pinterest, and as you can see, it's a very simple skirt, straight line, nothing too major about it. And my intention was to sew as is. But somewhere along the line, I decided to give it a little bit of a detail by adding a flare at the bottom, and also because I couldn't see the back, I added a little bit more details at the back, which now gave birth to my sketch here. So essentially, in this video, I'll be showing you how to make the pattern for this sketch, which came as a result of this picture. In my previous video, I showed you how to make and trace your basic skirt pattern. So be sure to check that video out first before watching this video. I'll also leave a link for that video in the description box below for easy access. So do me a favor and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Give this video a like if you want to see more of these tutorials from me. And also drop me a comment or two in the comment section if you have any questions whatsoever. Okay then, so without talking too much, let's get pattern making. My name is Ijeoma, and welcome to my sewing diary. The materials you will need are your traced front and back skirt pattern, extra pattern paper, masking tape, short ruler, a pencil. I'm only using a marker in this case so that you can see. You'll also need your curved ruler, paper scissors, long ruler, measuring tape, and tracer wheel. I omitted the tracer wheel in this clip, but you'll be needing it. I'll also leave the full list in the description box below. Separate your pattern pieces and extend your bottom side line. This is to add the flare bottom detail. Starting with your front piece, mark 2 inches down from your side hip and 1 inch in from your original hem. Connect these 2 points with your long ruler. This is to slim fit the skirt. Starting from the extended side line, mark down 5 inches from the hem and rule with a straight line to the center front. This will be your new hem. Extend your new hem outward with a straight line and mark 2 inches out from the side for the flare. Connect a 2-inch flare mark to the 1-inch mark on the old hem with a straight line. And then use your curved ruler to curve the point where both lines meet so that it's not sharp. Mark a 1/4 inch up from the side flare and connect with the new hem using your curved ruler. Add a 1/2 inch seam allowance round, except at the waist. At the side hem, fold about 1 inch in, and then reinforce the side and seam allowance lines with your tracer wheel. Release the fold when you're done, and trace out the puncture holes like so. Cut off all excess paper and label your pattern. You'll be cutting your front piece on fold. At this point, do not add any seam allowance at the waist, even though I have done so here. I will be taking it off to create the waistband later on. Carry out the exact process for the back piece, and that is extending the side line, slim fitting the skirt. I also decided to label my zipper allowance in this case, creating the flare, including a 1/2 inch seam allowance round except for the waist, and then cutting off all excess. Label your back pattern when you're done. You'll be cutting 2 pieces of your back pattern. Again, ignore the seam allowance at the waist at this point, as I will be removing it later on in the video. create your waistband, starting with the back pattern, add extra pattern paper at the waist, and then align your patterns such that the side waist of the front touches the side waist of the back. Trace about 1.5 inches of the front actual side line and then set the front pattern piece aside. Extend your center back line upwards with a straight line and then mark 1.5 inches up from your waist, starting from one end to the other, that is from the center back to the side or from the side to the center back, whichever way you want to start from first. Extend the center dart leg with a straight line and also extend the side darts by measuring the distance from the center dart leg on the waist, transferring upwards, and then joining the points above and below with a straight line. Place another sheet of paper underneath the drawn waistband and trace the waistband from actual waist to the top and from center back to side, including the extended darts. You're going to repeat the same steps for the front waistband, and that is first aligning with the back pattern, tracing 1.5 inches of the actual back side line, setting the back pattern piece aside, extending the center front upward with a straight line, marking 1.5 inches up from the waist from center front to side, extending the darts to the waistband, which would complete the front waistband, and then tracing out the front waistband. Starting with your traced back waistband, outline your puncture holes and label your center back, then mark 1/4 inch in from the top of the side and connect to the bottom like so. This will be your new side line. Then go ahead and close and seal the dart with masking tape by folding the two outer dart legs together. Redraw the lines where necessary and then label up and down so that you don't get confused. And then add a 1/2 inch seam allowance round and remove all excess paper. Outline puncture holes on the traced front waistband as well. Take off 1/4 inch at the side. And then close the dart as you did the back waistband. Label up and down and then add a 1/2 inch seam allowance at the top and bottom only and remove all excess paper. You'll be joining the front and back waistband at the sides to make one continuous waistband. So place the side of the front waistband on the seam allowance of the back waistband and secure with masking tape. Label your waistband. You'll be cutting 2 pieces on fold at the center front. Go ahead and now add your 1/2 inch seam allowance at the waist of both your front and back pattern pieces and trim off all excess paper. And you're done! Catch me in my next video where I sew the skirt. Don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss out on that and lots more. Until then, see you later. Bye!